Yo, what's up guys? It's Noah here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking through some player props I like on Prizepicks for tonight's NBA slate on Friday, November the 10th. We've got a decent sized slate tonight, 9 games, so there's going to be a good amount of props to choose from today. I am giving you guys some early plays I like. I'm making this video on Thursday night, so at the time I'm making this video, the full board is not up yet. But you can see there still are a good amount of props available, even at the time I'm making this video, and I was able to find 3 props that I did like for Friday night slate. So we're going to talk through each one of these 3 plays and share why I like them. Before we do get started though, as always, if you guys do enjoy these Prizepicks videos and if they do help you out, make sure you hit that like button down below. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And if you guys are new to Prizepicks, if you don't have an account on Prizepicks yet, you can sign up for Prizepicks using my promo code Noah, linked down below in the description, or just when you sign up, make sure to type in that code. You will get your first deposit matched up to $100. Also, do want to give a quick shout out to Sleeper because we are also partnered up with Sleeper. And if you guys don't have an account over on Sleeper, you can sign up for Sleeper as well using promo code Noah. Get your first deposit matched up to $100. And Sleeper, they are an app very similar to Prizepicks and a lot of these other DFS pick'em apps that you see kind of around the industry. But Sleeper does offer payouts up to 100x. So if you really like to chase those high payouts, I do recommend giving Sleeper a try. Sleeper does offer a lot of props that some of these other DFS apps don't offer. So, like for example, on PrizePicks, pretty much the way PrizePicks is, they want everything to be like an even money bet. They want all their payout, they want the props to be kind of like 50-50. Just because it doesn't matter whether you take the over or the under, it all pays out the same on PrizePicks. Well, that's different on Sleeper. On Sleeper, it's a dynamic payout system. The payouts change based on whether you take the over or the under on a prop. It's based on the odds of the prop hitting. But that does allow Sleeper to offer props that you don't see on PrizePicks. So, like with NBA, for example, you can take players to get a double-double. You can take players to get a triple-double on Sleeper, and you'll get some higher payouts for that. Obviously, PrizePicks does not offer double-double and triple-double props. So, if you guys do want to give Sleeper a try, you want to check out their platform, see all they do offer. I do believe if you do sign up and use that promo code Noah, you do get a free square for Sleeper. I think they do offer, Sleeper now offers a free square for every new user. So if you don't have an account on Sleeper, that's an even bigger incentive to sign up. You will get a free square that you can use right out of the gate once you make your first deposit. So sign up, use that code Noah, and get your first deposit matched up to $100 over on Sleeper. But yeah, guys, we've got a 9-game slate for Friday night. Let's talk through some plays I'm liking for this slate. Been doing well with the picks we've been giving out in these videos. The last 2 slates, we have hit both of our 2 plays on Wednesday night. Just got done watching that Hawks game. Clint Capella came through for us on Thursday night. Hit both of our 2 plays for Thursday night as well. So last four picks we've given out on YouTube, we've hit 4 straight. Let's try and keep that momentum rolling, keep that going into Friday night slate. But let's talk through the 3 plays I'm liking. We're going to go back to a prop that we took the other day, that we took on Wednesday, the rebounds category. We're going to be looking at Kyle Kuzma, 6.5 rebounds. Took this on Wednesday, took Kyle Kuzma over 6.5 rebounds. And I like it again, man. I like it again. So we're going to take Kyle Kuzma more than 6.5 rebounds here. Exact same matchup going up against Charlotte as it was on Wednesday, except this time they're playing in Washington instead of in Charlotte. But in that game on Wednesday against Charlotte, we did see Kuzma grab 9 rebounds. He did go over his projection. He wound up playing about 31 minutes, I do believe. That was a game where Kuzma and the Wizards actually won that game like pretty big. Like they won by, I think, 18 points. You did see the starters get pulled early in that game. Not super early, but they did come out with like 3 or 4 minutes left. So Kuzma might have played 34, 35 minutes had that game been competitive. And if you look at Kuzma's game log this season, a lot of his games where he's gone under this line have been largely due to blowout. The Wizards have been getting blown out a lot this season. We talked about this in my last video. But in the games that have been competitive, when Kuzma has played decent minutes, so like in their game against Memphis, he played 36 minutes and grabbed 13 rebounds. That was a competitive game. In their game against Charlotte, 31 minutes, 9 rebounds. Now, against Miami, he did play 31 minutes and only had 4 rebounds, but he played 30 minutes against the Sixers, grabbed 6 rebounds. That game was a blowout. He did get subbed out early. So, there's just been so many games this season where Kuzma has gotten subbed out early because of a blowout. This does not project to be a blowout. This projects to be a close game against the Hornets. Right now, the spread is at 2.5. Wizards are favored by 2.5. If we're getting 34, 35 minutes from Kuzma here in what should be a competitive game, I like his chances of grabbing 7 rebounds. He's second on the team in rebound chances per game this season, and that's that's with him averaging only 29 minutes per game. If we give Kuzma a projection of like 34, 35 minutes here, you got to expect his rebound numbers to be higher, his rebound chances to be higher. He's a guy that has typically been a strong rebounder kind of throughout his career, and really ever since he's joined the Wizards, he's been a good rebounder. So more than 6.5 rebounds for Kyle Kuzma. Like this play once again. And on DK Sportsbook right now, this play is heavily favored to go over. On DK Sportsbook, Kuzma minus 130, favored to go over 6.5 rebounds. I wouldn't be surprised if you do see Prizepicks bump this line up to 7. Hopefully, by the time you're watching this video, you'll still be able to get it at 6.5. But that's the first play I like. Next play I like, and next two plays I like are going to be points props. So the next play we're going to talk about, I don't know if people are going to really like this one, but I like it today. I think it's a good bet. We're going to be taking Jordan Poole more than 18.5 points. I know people, especially if you've been taking overs on Jordan Poole lately, you probably don't feel great because, he's been a frustrating player to take overs on this season. He's been very inconsistent. Last game in a good matchup here against Charlotte, same matchup today. Poole only scored 11 points. But man, you look at Jordan Poole's game log this season, and it's kind of similar to Kyle Kuzma. Just there's been so many games where Poole has played limited minutes, either just because of blowout or some other reason. It was weird to see him only play 20 minutes last game in what was kind of a competitive game. It was competitive kind of until the end. Then the Wizards kind of ran away with it. But Poole did only play 20 minutes last game. Maybe that was just because he wasn't really playing that well. I mean, he shot 3 for 12, 25% from the field, only had 11 points. But in the games where Poole has gotten like around 30 minutes, he's scored a decent amount of points in those games. He played 31 minutes against the Sixers, had 23 points. He put up 27 points in 36 minutes against Memphis. And then he's had some tough matchups like against Miami, against Boston. He did put up 18 points in 26 minutes against the Pacers, but that was another blowout where Poole got subbed out early. I'm pretty sure the game against Atlanta was also a blowout. He got subbed out early, only played 20 minutes. Poole's minutes have just been all over the place this season, but I think most nights we can expect him to play around 30 minutes, and I think probably more than that. I mean, Poole is a guy that, a lot of people were pretty high on Jordan Poole heading into this season. They thought he was going to be, kind of like a breakout candidate, a guy that was going to have a massive role. And the role's still been good. It's just that the minutes have kind of been a little volatile. I don't know if their coach doesn't like Jordan Poole, if he just doesn't want to play him. I don't really know. But you look at the field goal attempts, you look at the usage. He's still out there taking a ton of shots. We know Jordan Poole is an aggressive offensive player. When he's on the floor, he's going to shoot the ball. And if you look at his usage rate this season, he's still second on the team in usage, 27.8% usage rate, only behind Kyle Kuzma, who has a 31.2% usage rate. So Poole's been getting shot attempts. He's been getting a lot of usage. There's the minutes have kind of been volatile, either due to blowout or poor play. But if Poole comes out and is knocking down shots, and if it's a competitive game, he should play 30-plus minutes. And this is a really good scorer, a guy that I think can get 19 points more times than not in competitive games, especially in a really good matchup like this against Charlotte and what should be a fast-paced game. I know he didn't hit this line last game, but again, you can't look too much into that. He only played 20 minutes, shot the ball terribly. I like Poole to bounce back here. And right now with DK Sportsbook, they actually have Jordan Poole's points prop set at 19.5. So their line is at 19.5. Prizepicks line's at 18.5. That makes this over look even better, that we're getting some value when one of the sharper sportsbook like DK, they have his line at 19.5. So that's the second play I like for tonight. And then the third and final play we're going to look at, going to be another points prop. We're going to be looking at Karl-Anthony Towns, 21.5 points, and we're actually going to be taking the under here. So less than 21.5 points for Karl-Anthony Towns. Now, if you look at Karl-Anthony Towns' game log this season, if you look at how many times he's gone over this line, he's only gone over this line in 2 out of 7 games this season, 2 out of 7 games this season. He's gone over this line, and that was against the Pelicans, his most recent game, and then against Utah, he put up 25 points. Every other game this season, though, he's had 21 points or less. And I like getting this line at 21.5 because right now on DK Sportsbook, they actually have Karl-Anthony Towns points prop set at 20.5. Now, it is sort of heavily, I don't want to say heavily favored the over, but it is minus 125 on DK Sportsbook, favoring over 20.5 points. But I'm still, fine taking this on under of 21.5, especially when DK has his line at 20.5. So let's kind of talk about why I like this play. For one, Karl-Anthony Towns he's not really been playing that well this season. The usage rate for Cat has still been decent. He still has a 25% usage rate this year, which is pretty similar to his usage rate last season. But he's not really been taking a ton of shots. If you look at his field goal attempts this season, he did have 25 shot attempts in their first game of the season against Toronto. But after that, just 12 against Miami. Then he had 17 against Atlanta, 19 against Denver, 14, 10, 12. So he's not really been shooting the ball a ton. his efficiency has kind of been bad. Like he's been shooting somewhat poorly. He did shoot 75% from the field last game against the Pelicans. He shot 9 for 12 in only 28 minutes, so that was definitely an efficient shooting game from Cat. In the game against Utah, he shot 7 for 14 in 32 minutes. But the efficiency's kind of like been all over the place. Like he's had some good shooting games. He's also had some bad shooting games. I think this is kind of a tough matchup for Cat, going up against the Spurs, going up against Victor Wembanyama. I'm assuming that Wembanyama is probably going to match up with Cat here, and Wemby, we know, is a really lengthy, long defender. He can, make life tough on you. So I don't think it's the best spot overall for Cat. His usage, it's still been solid, but like the volume's not been great from a scoring standpoint. He's only gone over this line in 2 out of 7 games this season. And again, DK Sportsbook, they have this line set at 20.5. We can get it at 21.5 on Prizepicks. That just makes this under look even better. Plus, this is a game that I think has blowout risk. Like the Spurs have been getting blown out a lot this season. Even though the Spurs are playing at home today, like they're still 6.5-point dogs in this game. Minnesota's been playing pretty well this season. Minnesota's had like one of the best defenses in the league. I wouldn't be surprised if this game turns into a blowout and Minnesota beats them pretty bad. If that happens, obviously that's going to make this under look even better. I'm not banking on a blowout, but I just wouldn't be surprised to see it happen. But yeah, less than 21.5 points for Karl-Anthony Towns. I like this play a lot. Give me the under here as our third and final play for today. So this is what I'm liking, guys, for Friday's NBA slate. Some early plays I like. Again, I'm making this video on Thursday night, so just with what we have available right now, this is what I like the most. But as always, guys, I'll be sharing some more plays for today over on Patreon. I'll be posting those later in the afternoon. I typically post my Prizepicks plays on Patreon, usually around like 4 p.m. Eastern time, once we get like all the fantasy scores added, because I really like to look through the fantasy scores. I like to, usually those are props I kind of invest in heavily. But I'll look at all the other categories as well. And again, I'll be sharing more plays for today on Patreon. Check that out. Linked down below in the description if you are interested. But as always, wish you guys the best of luck on tonight's slate. If you're going to be tailing me on these 3 plays, hopefully we can once again hit all these plays, make some money tonight. But again, best of luck tonight, guys. Thanks as always for watching. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And we will see you guys in the next video. Peace.